In today's video, we're going to discuss how to factor using the greatest common factors. Factors are two integers that multiply together and result in the given number. So factoring is the reverse of multiplying. Remember, integers are not decimals or fractions, and integers can be negative. So quick review, find the factors of the given numbers. So if I'm looking for the factors of 16, I have 1 and 16, I have 2 and 8, and I have 4 and 4. But in addition to the positive factors, I now need to start considering negative factors. So I could also have negative 1 and negative 16, negative 2 and negative 8, and negative 4 and negative 4 as well. Factors of 36, I would have 1 and negative 36. I could have 2 and negative 18. I could have 4 and negative 9, and let's see, a negative 6 and a positive 6. And then I could have all of the reverse of those. So I could have a negative 1 and a positive 36. I could have a negative 2 and a positive 18. I could have a negative 4 and a positive 9. And I could have, well, positive 6 and negative 6. So those two really don't change since they're the same number. Hopefully I got all of those. 36 has a lot of factors. All right, for a positive 20, here we go. For a positive 20, I would have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. And then I would also have the negative versions, negative 1 and negative 20, negative 2 and negative 10, negative 4 and negative 5 as well. All right, steps. So find the greatest common factor among the numbers or the coefficients, and then you're going to find the greatest common factor among the variables. Combine the number factor and the variable factor to make the greatest common factor. Divide the expression by the greatest common factor, and the answer is the GCF outside the parentheses with the quotient inside the parentheses. So let's look at number 1. I have 3x squared plus 6x. My greatest common factor of the numbers is going to be 3. And then my greatest common factor among the variables is going to be x. Not x squared because there's not an x squared here. It's just a plain x. So my greatest common factor is going to be 3x. So then I'm going to divide my expression, 3x squared plus 6x divided by 3x. And 3x squared divided by 3x gives me x. And 6x divided by 3 gives me 2. So my final answer is going to be the product of the GCF and the quotient. So I take the product of this, and that's going to be my answer. I can check using distributive property. 3x times x gives me 3x squared. 3x times 2 gives me 6x. All right, number 2, GCF, greatest common factor. The GCF of 4 and 10 is going to be 2. And then the GCF of x and nothing is just going to be nothing. There's no greatest common factor with the factors, or with the variables. So my GCF is going to be 2. So I have 4x minus 10 divided by 2. 4x divided by 2 is 2x. Minus 10 divided by 2 is a minus 5. So my answer is going to be 2 times 2x minus 5. Again, check it with distributive property. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. All right, next one, GCF. So I look at my numbers first. The greatest common factor of 28, 35, and 42 is 7. And then the greatest common factor of x to the third, x to the second, and x is just x. So my greatest common factor is 7x. So I have 28x to the third plus 35x squared plus 42x divided by 7x. So 28x to the third divided by 7x gives me 4x to the second. 35x to the second divided by 7x is going to give me 5x. And 42x divided by 7x is going to give me 6. So I'm going to pull the GCF, 7x to the outside. So for my answer, I have 7x on the outside, and I have 4x squared plus 5x plus 6 inside the parentheses. Last example, greatest common factor of 24, 21, and 36 is going to be 3. And then the greatest common factor of a squared b, and b squared c is just going to be b. So I'm going to take 24a squared b plus 21b minus 36b squared c squared, all divided by 3b. So 24ab squared, put my equals down here, is going to leave me with 8a squared. 21b divided by 3b is going to leave me with 7. And negative 36 b squared c squared divided by 3b is going to leave me with a minus 12b c squared. So my final answer, GCF on the outside, so 3b times the quantity 8a squared plus 7 minus 12bc squared.